Mandy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
We'll call the October 3, 2022 meeting of the Greater Board of Public Works and Safety to order at 5:30 PM. Roll call, please, Amanda.
Mr. Rutherford.
Here.
Mr. Hoover.
Here.
Mr. Coleman.
Here.
Thank you.
Minutes of our September 19th meeting are going to be deferred for action until our next meeting in October, which is what? First, our agenda, not on our agenda, Chief Ison. Good evening, Chief.
Good evening. I've got a simple request. My request is to retire Sergeant Doug Roller's duty weapon to him. Sergeant Roller officially retired Saturday, October 1st, after 25 years of service. It's a Glock Model 17, and the serial number is B-Boy W. William, A. Adam, F. Frank, 538.
I would move we approve this request.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Please give him our best.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Lisa Vest. Job descriptions for us and some other matters. Struggle Vest.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm coming before you this evening for consideration of job descriptions. I've got two job descriptions that have been created for two potential new positions in the 2023 salary ordinance. Of course, those are starting through the council process, so I want to make sure that we have all of the job descriptions that we're going to need for when the time comes. So the first one we have is for billing assistant. That's in the finance office. That one is a full-time position that is looking to be approved hopefully for the 2023 salary ordinance.
I don't know that we have seen those.
Those were emailed out. They were on the email. They're just one document.
Would you like mine?
No, I trust that this is something that your office is recommending.
Yes, sir.
Questions for Lisa?
What was the name of the
So this one is for a billing assistant.
billing assistant?
Yes, sir.
That's all, okay. I just missed that.
I would move we approve request as submitted.
Further discussion? Here now, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have one other that will be going to the council for a new position in 2023 as well. This is going to be for watch commander in the police department. It's a full-time position. So basically, we're taking what was basically a merit position and turning it into a civilian position. So we're restructuring and reclassifying that watch commander position to a civilian position.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Lisa.
And I've got just a couple amendments. They're easy amendments for the Department of CVS. Since we now have an office manager and a city engineer, we have had some changes who is overseeing certain positions. So the job descriptions that I have were just to update them with the appropriate management.
Who are they going to be reporting to now?
I'm sorry.
Who are they going to be reporting to?
Okay, so I have the field inspector, the GIS technician, and the project manager. They are all reporting to the city engineer.
Those are the three.
Those are the three that will reporting to the city engineer.
Okay.
I have the full-time administrative assistant reporting to the office manager. And then I have the planning director and the building commissioner. Those are being supervised by deputy mayor.
Questions for Lisa on these?
I move we approve the request.
Second, Bruce. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank you,
passes.
gentlemen.
Thank you again. Next on our agenda is Holly Springs, Section 1, Tony Pagano from Lennar. Tony, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can, thank you. What are we doing?
Yeah, thank you. We are going to be building Holly Springs, and as part of that, we had at the time talked to Dale Davis and now Gabe about adding a sidewalk in front of the home that we're not building. That home that is in the remainder just north of the entrance there, the first kind of rectangular lot you see. That was a retained by the seller, and as part of our development, we got a park impact fee agreement, and with the right of way being granted, we can build a sidewalk there that'll access to the entire public. So this is something that the property owner voluntarily signed, and it would be giving the city some right of way so we can put in a sidewalk, and you'd have your future right of way for some road expansion as well.
Questions for Tony? Mark, anything out of the ordinary in this, just a second this from the McLean family?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Two. Next, we'll turn to Kristen Trinkle of Verizon Construction Company, the Chick-fil-A Meyer Commercial Subdivision matter. Kristen, you with us?
Hello, no, this is Jack Maney with GBC Design. I'm filling in for Kristen. Can you
Okay.
folks hear me okay?
We can.
Awesome. Thank you. Yep. So I'm with GBC Design. We were the engineering that did the original set of plans for this. And we're just seeking the acceptance of the improvements there and then the release of the performance guarantees.
Questions for Jeff? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
I move that we approve the request. There was a item that's subject to receipt of the original maintenance guarantee and review and approval by the legal department and engineering division.
And that's still in place, Mark?
Yes.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Yeah. Next, we'll turn to Mr. Fox. Good evening.
Good evening, I'm Pierre Fox with McGriff Insurance. I'm the advisor on the health plan for the city. And this evening, we have a process proposal from Truveris. This is regarding the prescription drug program that is offered through Anthem. We have no intention of changing the Anthem medical plan. However, to be prepared for the renewal in April, we need to do an analysis on the prescription drug spend of the city. And as if you've read the papers lately, obviously the higher cost of prescription drugs, it's not very transparent to customers because the carriers use a pharmacy benefit manager to procure the cost of the prescription drugs. So what our proposal is today is McGriff has teamed up with Truveris. It's a third-party vendor that does an analysis on your pharmacy benefit spend. We just need your authorization as the city to begin this process. Anthem sends the data to this third-party vendor, and then we compare it against 3 or 4 other pharmacy benefit managers to negotiate the best price. What's real important is we're trying to do an apples-to-apples comparison, and so we're comparing exactly the same drugs that are prescribed now and exact same dosages. The cost of this is actually paid for by Anthem. It is a $15,000 fee. However, compared to more than $1 million of your drug spend, the bidder, if you will pay for this proposal. We just need your authorization for that, contingent on review from the legal department. So if you authorize this, once your legal department signs off on the proposal. John's approval.
Sounds like a good idea. We've had some long ago history for kind of last minute stuff, and so this is nice to kind of get things done far in advance. Sam, you have any problems with making the subject to your office's review? Is there a motion with respect to Mr. Harris' proposal?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? And that's all subject to city review by legal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good to see you. Anyone from the audience wish to address us? None. Mr. Hudson, we'll move on to the IDEM compliance planning status update.
I have nothing to report about IDEM today.
Thank you.
Next up is the annual professional services agreement with AIPS Consulting. This is Adam Stone, who does financial services for the city.
This is a professional services agreement based on our approval for signature by the mayor.
Correct.
Is
It's been
there any
reviewed by legal.
questions for Sam? If not, is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
My only other item is the easement for Metronet along Honey Creek Road.
Is that what you just gave us?
Yes.
Give us a little bit more info, Sam.
It's on Worsville Honey Creek Road, which we did all that road work and we acquired land and they need to go over part of the land we acquired, I'm sorry.
So they would have their own easement, or is it? It's not just a blanket utility.
It's their own easement.
So Worthsville and Honey Creek Road
We're putting around.
Cuts across the northwest quadrant of the intersection, following along, basically the new pond we cut in the south.
Stones Crossing.
It is Stones Crossing. Yeah, Stones Crossing.
Any questions? Comments? Pleasure of the board. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Good officers. Thank you. Mark?
Yes, the first item I have for you today is an interlocal agreement with our neighbors to the north, city of Indianapolis. This interlocal agreement covers two projects. First project is city of Indianapolis will be widening County Line Road from, there's going to be a new interchange along State Route 37 when I-69 comes through, and State Route 135. There's about 1,500 feet on the west side of State Route 135. That's within the city of Greenwood. So this interlocal covers that project. The second project is at County Line and Emerson Avenue. City of Indianapolis is looking to extend some sidewalks south. It's on the east side of the road from the intersection south to the driveway at Walmart there. The interlocal covers the city of Greenwood's responsibilities. Both of those projects, it's participation in the planning and development of the project and plan review. For the County Line Road project, there is a cost share associated with this. They want us to share in the cost of the construction of the sidewalk on the south side of County Line Road. On the Emerson Avenue project, there is no cost associated with it. They're doing it all at no cost to the city of Indianapolis. The interlocal also outlines how the improvements will be maintained and set forth going forward. It has been reviewed by city legal. If you have any questions, let me know.
What's the cost share for the percentage breakdown?
It is $184,500 would be the city of Greenwood share.
With the sidewalk.
For the sidewalk, it includes PE costs, construction costs, and some right of way access and costs.
This is
There's no sidewalk there now.
I don't think so. There might be some right at 135, but not along those. It's basically from 135 east to the Lincoln Park subdivision entrance.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Sorry, 135 west to the Lincoln Park subdivision entrance. It stops just shy of the Lincoln Park subdivision.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
I did too, as well.
County Line and Emerson.
No, there's no cost share on that one. There's
Okay.
two projects under this. There's no cost share on the sidewalk along Emerson Avenue. City of Indianapolis will just be doing that at their cost.
The longer one for
The bigger one along County Line Road at 135 will have. a
Isn't that a
cost share.
federal aid project or a PERTEP project? Or
I believe they do have federal aid money associated with that.
should only be like 20%.
That is the cost shared amount. They shared with me a
Breakdown.
a breakdown or an estimate that I'm comfortable with, and I can send that to you later today if you want. This is something that gets approved at the council level, but because it is public infrastructure, city legal wanted you all to review and give your blessing on.
Also, I'll bring up one more point. On the County Line and Emerson intersection,
Yes.
I don't know if this would be an appropriate time since they're gonna rebuild Emerson North. That's my understanding.
Correct. Yep.
We could solve a horrific traffic situation that we have at that intersection with northbound traffic turning westbound on County Line. There's currently one lane that turns westbound, that backs up all the time.
Okay.
And you have one lane turning into a 2-lane westbound situation, so you could have 2 lanes turning westbound.
Okay.
It might be a good opportunity to bring that up during their design of that intersection.
Certainly keep it in mind. Yes.
Seems like the light's never.
Might help that out tremendously, I would think.
Okay, with respect to the things we have right before us tonight, the interlocal agreement. We're doing this all together.
It is one interlocal
One
agreement.
interlocal, and this is for the mayor's signature and
Recommend to the council.
recommendation to the council. Is that for council's meeting this evening?
Is it on the agenda tonight? Okay, yes, the first reading is on the agenda tonight.
Any questions, gentlemen?
I would move that we approve the request.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The second item I have is action conveying, it's just authorizing the mayor to sign the operations and maintenance manual for water quality. And Johnson County, Indiana Recorder's Office for action conveying on.
I'll move for approval of that.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye. Is that all, Mark?
That's it.
Thank you. Greg?
Nothing for me.
I'll move for approval of the claim just presented.
Second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We'll stand adjourned at 5:48 PM. Yeah.